Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing 23rd August 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about regarding recent news about bhanumusthak and inauguration of Dasara in Karnataka. Okay, the Karnataka government is considering appointing bhanumusthak, an international Booker Prize winning Kannada author, right? So, as the chief guest to inaugurate the Mysuru Dasara festival. Okay, also, and this movie is being framed as a deliberate effort to emphasize secularism, especially that debates on whether terms like socialist and secular should remain in the constitution. And also, she would be the first Muslim chief guest for Dasara inauguration since 2017, underlining the symbolic significance of the choice. And also the this time that it is an 11-day festival scheduled from September 22nd to October 2nd, with an inauguration traditionally held at Chamundi Hill in Mysore. Okay, and also other contenders for the role include writer translator Deepa Basti, all that. Okay, for example perspective, all that you should know about Dasara, at Mysuru Dasara, and also it's a state festival, not Nada Habba of Karnataka, celebrated annually for 10 days ending with the Vijayadashami. Okay, usually between September and October. It marks the victory of good over evil, and also symbolized by the goddesses Chamundeshwari slaying of demon, that is Mahishasura. And also the inauguration that traditionally happens at Chamundi Hills in Mysore, often during the auspicious Vrishika Lagna period, even involving the royal family or prominent cultural figures and all. So all that Bhanumusthak, all that reflect the symbolic assertion of secular and inclusive values, and also statecraft and symbolic representation. All that okay, very important. Next point, that is about Kerala. Kerala becomes India's first fully digitally literate state. Okay, very important. That is, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan officially announced that Kerala has become the first state in India and among the few globally to achieve complete digital literacy. That is some of the highlight in that is a statewide survey covered 8.3 million households, that is 2.188 million individuals identified as digitally illiterate, of which 99.98%, around 2.187 million, successfully completed the training and evaluation modules. And also the initiative began with the Ulampura Panchayat, the country's first fully digitally literate panchayat, inspiring the broader Digi Kerala mission. And also the campaign engaged over 250,000 volunteers, including Kudumbashri members, NSS or NCC students, and local youth who conducted grassroots training and outreach. And also even the oldest beneficiary, a 104-year-old Abdullah M.A. Maulwai, participated and became digitally literate. And also building on digital literacy, phase 2 will enable citizens to access all essential documents via DigiLocker, while continuing education on cyber security and responsible digital usage will be emphasized. Okay, very important that Kerala's achievement means universal capability in basic digital tools and also smartphones, internet, and e-governance platforms across all age groups. And also only 38% of Indian households have digital literacy, making Kerala milestone particularly very important. And also understand that Kolampura Panchayat pioneering role to demonstrate that decentralized governance in action, all that governance, public administration, all that very important. Okay. Next news that is about India-Nepal border dispute. Okay. So that is Lipu Lake Pass dispute in Nepal's official statement and all. That, Nepal sent diplomatic notes, that is Nepal Ministry of Foreign Affairs dispatched separate diplomatic notes to both India and China. These notes protested the recent understanding between India and China to reopen trade via Lipu Lake Pass, asserting that Lipu Lake, Limpiadura and Kalapani territories of east of Mahakali River are integral parts of Nepal constitutionally endorsed map. Nepal demanded resolution through dialogue and all. So Nepal diplomatic position, government spokesperson reiterated that Nepal's claim based on historical and constitutional legitimacy. It also emphasized diplomacy as the way forward. So India's reaction for this is India responded by calling Nepal's claim unjustified and untenable, maintaining that trade via the Lipu Lake Pass began in 1954 and has historically continued. India reaffirmed its stance of willingness for constructive interaction to resolve dispute. So for exam perspective, you should know about Lipu Lake Pass is a tri-junction border area claimed by Nepal but administered by India. Nepal's constitution, second Amendment 2020 includes this region with its map, Schedule 3, affirming the Treaty of Sovali. Also, current trigger that recent catalyst that India-China's agreement to resume trade routes via Lipu Lake, promoting Nepal's protest and all that foreign policy, historic perspective, all this, and also that category that diplomacy of Lipu Lake dispute between India and Nepal, historic treaties, modern states, and all that is very important. Next is that is about 100% universal birth and death registration. That is Register General of India has highlighted that all states currently around 90% of birth and death are being registered, meaning about 10% remain unregistered. Okay. So in this, you should know about that Register General of India as directives that actually on March 17, 2025 issued an circular urging all hospitals, government and private to report births and deaths within 21 days of occurrence. So this push aligns with the Digital India mission and is central to achieving complete registration. So despite progress, birth registration has improved from 82.4% in 2011 to about 90%. Okay. Now and death registration from 66.4% to around 90%. So universal coverage is still unmet. Also some legal and digital reforms. You should know about that Registration of Birth and Death Amendment Act 2023 that mandates digital registration through the civil registration system. Okay, and also empowers that RGI to maintain a national unified database. It also imposes fine up to 1,000 for negligence in registration. And also from October 1st, 2023, the digital birth certificate became the sole valid document for several purposes, including school admission, passport, Aadhaar, voter registration, and marriage registration. The CRS mobile app launched by Union Home Minister in October 2024 allows citizens and register to register birth and death digitally in local language and with greater convenience. Okay. So on that impact of other system, that is Election Commission of India plans to auto update voter rolls using integrated death data from the RGI. However, expert caution that incomplete or delayed registration limits reliability, urging continued on ground verification and all. So in this prelims perspective, all that RGI, that is Register General of India, okay, that is important, and that is Registration of Birth and Death Act 1969 and Amendment 2023 important. And 21-day registration window, that is important, section 23 of 2, clause 2 and implication digital birth certificate being legally valid for multiple purpose and all that governance, public administration, Digital India, data management, legal framework and rights challenge and equity, all that it is very important. Next news, that is China-Afghanistan, that is Pakistan cooperation, recent China-Afghanistan meeting and all. Okay, so in that bilateral focus, China-Afghanistan, that is Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited Kabul and held talks with Afghanistan acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Mutaki. The discussion centered on practical mining operations, particularly targeting Afghanistan lost lithium, copper, and iron reserves, and encouraged Afghanistan to formalize its inclusion in China Belt and Road Initiative. Additionally, China emphasized easing barriers for Afghan agriculture exports to tap into Chinese market, and also trilateral framework, that is China, Pakistan, Afghanistan. In the same visit, Wang Yi convened the trilateral meeting with his counterparts from Pakistan and Afghanistan. And also he advocated for bolstering strategic trust, law enforcement and collaboration, counter-terrorism and forging new security dialogue mechanism with particular attention to organizations like East Turkestan Islamic Movement, and also China also promoted expanding trade, investment and connectivity projects and all. And also Pakistan's foreign ministry added that the country's reaffirmed commitment to enhance cooperation across areas such as trade, transit, education, health, cultural exchange, and combating drug trafficking and all. Notable, they agreed to extend that is China-Pakistan economic corridor into Afghanistan, aiming to strengthen infrastructure and economic links across the region. So all that you should know about Belt and Road Initiative for prelims and CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, strategic minerals, lithium, copper, iron, all that very important. Geopolitics, strategic diplomacy, regional security cooperation, all that is very important. Next is recent Indo-Dutch strategic water partnership. Okay, so in this MOU, Union Cabinet has approved MOU between India's Ministry of Jal Shakti, Water Resource, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, and Netherlands Ministry of Infrastructure and Water Management. This MOU established from formal bilateral cooperation in water resource management, covering areas such as river basin management, delta management, water quality, flood control, and wastewater recycling and reuse. Also, it includes activities like knowledge sharing via seminars and study visits, joint R&D capacity building programs, and public-private partnership and all. Also, a joint working group will be formed to oversee implementation and all. And also for this background, you should know about that strategic partnership on water 2021 is actually launched during the India-Netherlands Virtual Summit. Okay, and also ministerial level and also collaboration areas, all that you should know. Okay, on-ground initiative in this Delta safety and flood management in Kerala and Sundarbans, cleaner practice in Indian Teneris to reduce water pollution, sewage treatment and nutrient energy recovery in Delhi Yamuna Basin, support of urban water resilience in Chennai under water as leverage, and also some of the delegation visit in mid 2024. India water delegation, including official from Jal Shakti, West Bengal and Kerala visited Netherlands under the long-term strategic partnership to study advanced Dutch water works and nature-based solution. So all that prelims, mains, all this perspective, it is very important. Strategic partnership, MOUs and all very important. Okay. Next news that is about recent US move to enhance the visa oversight and checks on visa holders across the country. Okay. So in this, the US State Department has rolled out a sweeping initiative of continuous vetting for all 55 million individuals currently holding visas, planning tourist, students, temporarily workers, etc. So this involves systematic monitoring. After a visa has been issued, visas may be revoked if new intelligence such as criminal records, overstay, security threat, or sign of extremism. So emergence. Methods include reviving law enforcement, data and social media profiles. So all that, and also for that continuous vetting that cover around 55 million visa holders. So all that exam perspective important, and also trigger of revocation, overstays, criminal acts, terrorism links, or social media content indicating anti-American ideologies. So all that in this perspective, foreign policy and national security, that persistent security first framework in US immigration policy, digital surveilling rights and social media activity, freedom of in privacy and freedom of expression, policy transparency and governance, and global talent flow, and also Indian diaspora and bilateral engagement, all that diplomatic engagement, mobility frameworks, all that is very important. Okay, that is about recent continuous rating of all US visa holders. Next news that is about Srinagar's the first ever Kelo India Water Sports Festival. Okay, that is held in Dal Lake. So that is Srinagar's iconic Dal Lake hosted inaugural Kelo India Water Sports Festival, a landmark national level competition that is participant sports over 400 athletes from 36 states and union territories competed in Olympic standard medal events, rowing, okay, kayaking, and canoeing. That is demonstration events. Okay, so that is include water skiing, dragon boat racing, and the culturally vibrant Shikara sprint and all. So special moment, a 17-year-old Shikara rower from Jammu and Kashmir clinched the region first ever gold at the festival, marking a historic achievement. And also a young athlete named Nandini, hailing from the slums of Prayagraj, is making waves as competes in kayaking and canoeing, symbolizing the transformative impact of grassroots sports development. And also Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha that apparently noted that Kelo India calendar have replaced the Heritage calendar in Kashmir, highlighting growing culture and sports normalcy. Okay, all that Kelo India Water Sports Festival, all that Kelo Bharati Niti, Dal Lake, all that perspective it is very important. Next, CPEC 2.0, that is between China-Pakistan Economic Corridor 2.0. Okay. So in that, Pakistan poised to launch phase 2 during PM's China visit. So Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is scheduled to launch CPEC 2.0 during August 2025. Visit China signaling Islamabad continued strategic alignment with Beijing amid cautions re-engagement with the US. Also, China-Pakistan foreign ministers greenlight new projects. That is, foreign ministers from both countries agreed to launch new wave of CPEC project, while specific where withheld commitments were made towards enhanced cooperation in infrastructure, science, industry, agriculture, and notably the safety of Chinese personnel in volatile regions like Balochistan and all. Okay. And also CPEC belonging into Afghanistan's that India's concern grows. So report indicates CPEC 2.0 could now extend into Afghanistan, so that aiming transform the corridor into a regional economic zone. So this expansion is a strategic counterbalance to India's regional influence, has heightened New Delhi's strategic resilience. So all that for infrastructure and innovation integration. At CPEC 2.0, the focus shift from infrastructure to diversified value-added sector. Okay, industrialization. Okay, all special economic zones, transport and digital corridors, agriculture and technology, green energy, sustainable mining and special corridors and all. Okay, that is about CPEC 2.0. That is between India, sorry, that is between Pakistan and China. Next news, that is about the last news. That is India's extending privilege and immunities to the International Big Cat Alliance. So, International Big Cat Alliance at India has officially granted its official same privileges and immunities typically extend to representatives of United Nations agency. This legal status was formalized under the United Nations Privileges and Immunity Act 1947. Okay, Gazette notification issued by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change on August 8, 2025. So this move is aimed at enabling that International Big Cat Alliance to operate without legal or administrative hurdle, enhancing its effectiveness global wildlife conservation efforts. So in that you should know about that is International Big Cat Alliance that launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in April 2023 during 50th anniversary of Project Tiger. You should know about Project Tiger. And IBCA is a treaty-based intergovernmental coalition dedicated to the conservation of 7 big cat: tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah, jaguar, puma. Okay. Also legal status that IBCA framework agreement entered into force January 23, 2025, marking its transformation into recognized international legal entity. And headquarters that India hosts the IBCA Secretariat in New Delhi under the headquarters agreement signed in April 2025. The agreement includes provisions for visa, premises, and legal privilege. So financial support of rupees 150 crore has allotted over 5 years. Okay, that is 2023-24 to 2020-29 to support its operation and membership and governance at IBCA include multiple member countries. So that initial set India, Nicaragua, Eastern Somalia, Liberia. As of July 2025, 11 members including Bhutan, Armenia. Okay, and also features that almost a governance structure with general secretariat and standing committee and all. Okay, so in that administrative efficiency ensure that IBCA officials enjoy legal safeguards such as diplomatic immunity, exemption from certain taxes, streamlined visa access and all. So all that global leadership conservation, all that it is very important. Demonstrate India's commitment to environmental leadership and very important. Okay, so all that that's about International Big Cat Alliance, privilege and immunities. Okay, headquarter agreement, all that you should know. Okay, that is about 23rd August 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.